Welcome back to the Car Symptoms Guide, your go-to source for spotting car problems before they empty your wallet. Is your car temperature rising faster than usual? Or maybe you've noticed a sweet smell coming from your engine? If you ignore these signs, you could be facing a blown engine gasket or a cracked block. Today, we are breaking down the 8 distinct symptoms of a bad radiator. We will move from the obvious signs to the hidden ones that most drivers miss. Stick around, because symptom number 8 can actually destroy your transmission. Real quick, your radiator is the heart of your cooling system. It takes hot fluid from the engine, cools it down, and cycles it back. When this part fails, heat builds up fast. So what should you look for? Let's start with number 1. Abnormal temperature gauge. Let's start with the gauge on your dashboard. You don't have to wait for smoke to come out to know something is wrong. On most cars, the temperature needle should sit right in the middle once the engine is warm. If you notice the needle creeping higher than normal, even if it hasn't hit the red zone yet, that is an early warning. It means the radiator is struggling to keep up with the heat, usually while you are idling in traffic or driving up a hill. Don't ignore these small fluctuations. Specific colored leaks. Number 2 is leaks, but you need to know what you're looking at. Cars drip water from the AC all the time, which is normal. How to tell the difference? A radiator leak is very distinct. The fluid will be bright green, pink, or orange. More importantly, touch it and smell it. Radiator fluid feels greasy or sticky between your fingers, and it has a sweet smell, almost like maple syrup or candy. If the puddle is clear and odorless, it's just water. If it's colorful and sweet, your radiator or a hose is leaking. Vanishing coolant, the sealed system. Symptom number 3 is constantly having to add coolant. Here is what you need to understand. Your cooling system is a sealed loop. Unlike gas or windshield washer fluid, coolant does not get used up over time. The logic: if you fill the tank to the max line and a week later it drops to min, that fluid went somewhere. It either leaked out onto the road or it evaporated because the engine is running too hot. If you are topping off regularly, you definitely have a breach in the system. Rusty sludge. Number 4 is sludge. Think of the radiator as the arteries of your car. It has tiny, narrow tubes for liquid to pass through. Over time, if the radiator starts to corrode or rust internally, the fluid turns from a bright color to a rusty brown soup. We call this sludge. This thick goo clogs those tiny tubes, just like cholesterol clogs arteries. Once this happens, the fluid can't circulate effectively, and the only fix is usually to replace the entire radiator. Physical damage to fins. Symptom number 5 requires you to look through the front grille of your car. You will see a metal grid that looks like a window screen. These are the fins. Why it matters? These fins are incredibly delicate. High-speed driving can hit them with rocks and bugs, bending them flat. If the fins are bent or covered in mud, air cannot pass through them. No air means no cooling. It's like trying to breathe with a heavy blanket over your face. No heat in the cabin. Number 6 is a symptom you feel inside the car. The heater isn't working. How it works? Your car's heater actually uses the hot coolant from the engine to warm up the cabin. If the radiator's leaking and the fluid level drops too low, or if the system is clogged with that sludge we talked about, hot fluid can't reach the heater core. So if your heater is blowing cold air in the middle of winter, check your radiator fluid levels immediately. The tea kettle noise. Symptom number 7 is a specific sound: hissing. Usually you will hear this right after you turn off the engine and step out of the car. It sounds like a tea kettle or a punctured tire. This noise is the sound of coolant escaping under high pressure onto hot engine parts. It means there is a tiny crack or a pinhole leak in the radiator tank that sprays fluid when the system is pressurized. Transmission fluid mixing. Finally, symptom number 8 is the most catastrophic for automatic cars. The cooler for your transmission is often located inside the main radiator. If the wall separating them breaks, the engine coolant mixes with the transmission fluid. This creates a frothy pink mixture that mechanics call the strawberry milkshake. The result: coolant is an enemy to your transmission gears. If this happens, you aren't just looking at a new radiator, you're looking at a new transmission too. Watch for jerky, shifting, or slipping gears. If you notice any of these 8 signs, don't wait. A radiator replacement is much cheaper than an engine rebuild. Check your fluids, inspect the fins, and listen to your car. If this video saved you some trouble, hit that like button and subscribe for more car maintenance guides. Thanks for watching.